Hello, Pisces, and Happy New Year. This is Renee from Angelic Comfort with your Outlook forecast for Sun, Moon, and Rising. So those of you who are Pisces in Sun, Moon, or Rising, this should resonate to you. If not, make sure you do check your other signs, your Sun, Moon, and Rising signs in the videos. It'll give you a little bit more clear picture on what it is that you need to know in the messages receiving. So here we go. We have, for the first week of January, we have Jophiel with joy and Gabriel with benediction. Joy. This time of year, this first week, you're feeling a lot of joy, a lot of happiness. You're going through the holidays. And, you know, you're feeling really good. You've got a lot of joy in your heart. And things are looking, you know, really good. You're feeling really good about yourself, about people in your life, about the different things that you've got going on, whether it be work, whether it be different activities that you have planned, different things that are going on. It's going to be a very good week for you. But Gabriel's also saying benediction. Don't forget, you know, don't hide behind this joy, those things that are hurting you in the past, or those things that don't serve for your highest good, those things that you might have. What it is like, how do I explain it? I have one cat here who's into everything, and she's trying to jump up here, so I apologize. She's a fresh one. She belongs in Florida, so I keep telling Mother. But anyway, the benediction is like letting go of those qualities of yourself that are less favorable. Being able to go through a transformation and change yourself. And this being, you know, the beginning of the year, the first week of the year, people make resolutions. And that's what they're going to try to do. You know, you as a Pisces, whether it be Sun, Moon, or Rising, are probably making some, you know, New Year's resolutions and going through affirmations to make it a better year for you, to get rid of these qualities that you find less favorable. The thing is that in the beginning of the year, you have the Chariot, okay, with Archangel Metatron, who's the teacher. And, you know, you need self-discipline and willpower, right? Most people need this for our New Year's resolutions, okay? You might be getting recognized for something, but the thing is they're saying the reins are in your hands, okay? When it comes to New Year's resolutions, when it comes to new ventures, projects, when it comes to work, when it comes to family, friends, love and relationships, the reins are in your hands. Okay, you can either go one path or the other, but you need to keep control of those reins of these horses so you don't go down one way and meaning to go the other way. You need to keep control because, see this, you have the light self and then you have the shadow self. And the shadow self is the one that's the devious one, or it could lead you down the wrong path. Okay, even though it could be adventurous in the beginning, it could lead you down the wrong path. So you need to keep control of these reins because when you're in the Chariot, it's very fast moving, full steam ahead. Okay, and then here you have the Three of Fire. So things are looking really good. You're keeping up with your resolutions. You're happy. You have a lot of patience at this time. And you're maybe making some long-term plans. Maybe to take trips or say to purchase a home. So you say, okay, here's the foundation. These are what plans are, and I'm going to say, you know, by the end of this year, we're going to have this much money. So you're very good at laying out plans. You're very creative as a Pisces, very emotional, being a water sign, and you definitely are one who like to have all of your eggs in a basket or all of your ducks in a row. So things are looking really good that first week in January for you of 2017. As we approach the second week, usually Pisces can be they're very emotional. Their emotions run high. A lot of them are empathic. A lot of them might even be too intuitive. The thing is that empathy, the second week, might not be there for other people. Not only for other people, but also yourself. And you need to open that up. Raphael is the Archangel of Healing, and you're going to need to start being a little bit more empathic the second week, okay? Some things might be bothering you. about a situation or other people, and you need to start showing a little bit more empathy towards others in different situations. Okay, it's very, very important, because what's happening is the Keel, okay, is here and saying surrender. Okay, and Zafkiel has been coming up a lot in these readings, for the astrology readings, and he is the about sacred love. Okay, you need to surrender. You need to surrender any of your thoughts, things that you preconceive. You need to really let go of the past. Okay, what they're saying is that something is clinging or sticking with you in the back of your mind. Okay, and you need to have a little bit of empathy, not only, like I said, towards others, but for yourself. Whatever it is that's bothering you about past relationships or a past relationship, you need to release it. You need to get rid of it once and for all. Okay, and that includes forgiving yourself. But it's holding you back. It's holding back either a future relationship and preventing it from happening, which will make you very, very happy for those of you who are single. Or if you are in a committed relationship already, this past experience, this past relationship that has put these blocks into you is harming this current relationship. Okay, and if it's not you, then it's your partner. But they're saying to release it, let go, let God, and step into the newness, step out of it. Leave the past in the past. Okay, it's no longer serving you a purpose. It's done and it's over with. And the only person you're harming is yourself by not being able to move forward, because there are beautiful things that await you, but you're not allowing it to happen out of fear, out of these blocks that you have up. And you just need to finally release it. So you need the strength card. You need to have a lot of inner strength in order to release all of these different judgments that you have inside yourself. Okay? And forgiveness and compassion. It's very, very important. Okay? Very important to be able to release this stuff. Not only just on an emotional level, but also physically. When you harbor anger, hurt, pain, and you create these blocks, okay, not only does it still affect you emotionally, but it will have a physical effect on your health. Okay? So it's time to release this stuff. If you want your relationship to improve, if you want to step into a new relationship, even if you don't want to step into a new relationship at this time, to better yourself, better your health emotionally and physically, you need to release this stuff and be able to still continue walking forward. That means releasing the past, releasing ties and connections of that past. Anything that reminds you of that, releasing and letting it go. Cutting those cords. If it means you need to do a cord cutting, which you most likely do with Archangel Michael, go to the website, and under Soul Food, there is a article, a blog on cord cutting with Archangel Michael. It'll take you step through it. It is refreshing after it's done, after you complete it. But if you want to move forward in general and lead a healthy life emotionally so that it doesn't affect other relationships, and it doesn't have to be intimate relationships. It could be relationships with friends, relationships with family, co-workers, anything like that. You need to do this cord cutting. You need to release. You need to release this past and this person or the people from your past that have caused this problem. Okay, life is not a yo-yo. You are not a yo-yo. Emotions are not a yo-yo. You need to forgive and forget. Forgive them and let them go. Forgive yourself and let it go. Okay? So as we step into the third week in teen, we have Metatron and Raziel. Okay? Raziel, yeah. Sometimes I pronounce them wrong. Mercy in your dreams. Have mercy on yourself. Okay? And when you have mercy on yourself, you have mercy towards other people. Again, focusing on empathy and compassion. Okay? When you have it for yourself, you have it for other people. Okay? Those who are less fortunate. But it doesn't mean holding on to people who are karmic relationships or karmic lessons. You've learned the lesson. It's time to move on. There's no sense in sitting in it anymore. Okay? So have mercy to be able to release and forgive, and mercy on people who are less fortunate, so that you can have those blessings coming into your life. Okay? So do good deeds for other people in the third week. And you should be doing it year round, but focus more on that. And your dreams. Your dreams have very, very important messages in them, especially now in the third week. It could be loved ones who have passed on, who are trying to give you messages. It could be just different things that are coming through, different things that are going to help you along your path of what it is that you want. Now, understand, you might not remember your dreams. You can ask to remember them. And if you do, write them down in a journal so you don't forget. But if you don't remember your dreams, don't worry, because it goes into your unconscious level, and your unconscious level will pick it up, send it to the subconscious, and so on and so forth. And you'll still receive the message, okay? So don't fear about that. But you're going to have some complex decisions, and you're going to need to do some research, or, you need to basically decide what it is that you want out of life. Are you ready to finally cut the cords and move on, be more compassionate towards people, be more understanding towards yourself, and moving forward and leaving that past in the past? You have these decisions to weigh, and this is not all. Sometimes, a lot of times we say, follow your heart, follow your heart, follow your heart. But sometimes, even with your heart, when you've been in a bad relationship or had a bad experience with somebody, they're still pulling at our heartstrings, where you want to say, but I still love you. I still care about them. And, sometimes you got to use logic and say, okay, now I got to say, no overthinking this. It's done. It's over. I need to stick the ground, and I need to do this, because you're not healthy for me. These thoughts are not healthy for me. These emotions are not healthy for me. And I want to be happy. I want to be healthy. I want to embrace life and what the future has to hold for me. And so with Pisces, or if you have, any bit of Pisces in your sun, moon, or rising, in you being very emotional, it can be very difficult for you to do. But they're saying now's the time to do this and to go ahead and do it. And you need to focus, and there needs to be communication, and there's a vision, okay? And your vision to be a leader, to go ahead and lead with this communication and setting the example, especially of helping others and getting creative advice, or even coming up with creative advice that's going to help you to move forward, to start that new business venture, to find that new job, to help you succeed in your job, to get a promotion, to be able to have better communications with those around you, to help you into a new relationship, anything like that. It's very important. So pay attention to your dreams, or know that at least your dreams, or the messages that are coming through to your dreams, are sinking in. You are receiving them. Don't worry, but you're going to have a lot of dreams coming up. Also, if you're into meditation, okay, meditation is very important right now too. So meditate and focus in on the messages. Now, in the fourth week, we have Ziphikiel again, and we have Sindolphin. Compassion, again, we're talking about relationships with self and with others, the sacred love. Okay, showing compassion towards your partner, towards your future partner. Okay, letting the past go, showing that compassion towards yourself, showing your compassion towards other people, towards family members. Okay, if you tend to get frustrated, if you tend to get anxiety, which a lot of Pisces do tend to get, pull in on that positive attribute of yourself, of the compassion, being compassionate, being understanding, being creative, and happy. And again, you're going to evolve. There's going to be like this evolution within you. You're going to raise your vibrational energy level. You're going to push yourself higher, okay, and open up and be more flowing with love and open to love, okay? So it's very important, again, and a lot of these, it's not just Pisces, but a lot of these are coming back, that people really got to release their past especially about past relationships that were no good, that were karmic relationships. And sometimes karmic relationships are really difficult to get rid of because they do pull at your heartstrings. But when they're karmic, it's toxic. It's a toxic relationship. And why would you want to carry anything of a toxic relationship through your life with you? Especially when there's a lot of heartache and pain. Okay, you've learned the lesson. Now it's time to take that lesson and move on. Okay, because nobody deserves to suffer at the hands of somebody else or their actions or the love that they can't offer. Okay, so then we have a renewal. With all of this, you're going to go through a renewal the 4th week in January. Some of you might be sooner. It might be sooner. Okay, but a relationship is going to continue to grow. You might get closer to somebody who you're interested in, or if you're in a relationship, it's going to grow closer. Things are positive this 4th week in January. And good news, the Knight of Water, very emotional. These are your cards right here, Pisces, water, okay, emotion. So very positive, wishes coming true, a total renewal about the situation that you've been facing. Now, when we talk about love and romance, if you are single and you are looking for somebody, you're saying call in your soulmate. You've been calling them in, but do prayers and affirmations, visualizations, and help bring yourself together. Your soulmate is doing the same thing. Your soulmate's looking for you. If you have not found them, some of you, they're already in your life and you just haven't opened up your eyes because you're stuck on these past hurts still. Whether it be just a recent breakup or within the past, couple of years, 5 years, 6 years, and are really afraid to move on and really jump into another relationship wholeheartedly, okay, being able to give all of yourself to somebody else. So go ahead and call in. Don't be blocking yourself, like I said, and make that effort. Make that effort. Great love is worth taking a chance in the steps that you're guided to take. It's very, very important. Not all relationships are the same. Remember this. Remember this, okay? Not all relationships are the same. So be able to make that effort to work on yourself, to call in your soulmate, to do these affirmations, to make these changes within yourself. Because whether you want a relationship or not, you still need to take these steps to make yourself healthy again, like we discussed back in the other cards, okay? So it's very, very important that you take these steps to better your health, your emotional status, and your actual physical health status, okay? And you'll find that you'll be feeling better. When you do, you might start getting these romantic feelings for somebody, feelings that you maybe have never felt before, or above and beyond, or it's like stirring something up inside of you, and they're worth exploring. They really are worth exploring. So don't worry, and make sure you let go of control issues, not just for yourself, but other people around you. Okay, if you are, and I find it really hard with Pisces, but Pisces isn't usually a very controlling or manipulating sign. Of course, any sign can have that, but let go of any control issues you have, especially control over your own mind and your own thoughts. Get control of your thoughts, but let go of the control issues that are stopping you from moving forward, if that makes any sense. In a separation, it could be that you and your potential partner live in different areas, okay? So you might not be together in that one area. It could be that while you're working on yourself, you take a little bit of a separation from your partner or your potential partner to work on yourself, okay? It could be that some of you are just going to separate, depending on these controlling issues and these different things that you're still holding deep within inside you. Okay, for me though, I'm seeing that this time apart is more of contemplation because you live in two separate areas, maybe not too far from each other. Maybe you live across the U.S. from each other. Who knows? But there's some sort of separation of distance, miles between the two of you, that makes it a little bit more difficult to be together. And this is where control issues might be coming in too, from the other person who maybe they want to see you, or maybe you want to see them. So you're a little bit more controlling because of your past and worried about maybe them cheating on you or wanting to leave you. You don't know what they're doing. Let go of these control issues, okay? But there is some sort of separation, whether it be with miles apart, and that's something that's being contemplated about a future relationship, or there's actually going to be a separation. Now, Pisces, we know that you're very emotional, and this is sun, moon, or rising, so any one of the signs could have this in them. Okay, very emotional, and the chalices are emotional. You're thinking about the past. You're hanging on to feelings and stuff of the past, okay? And this is I get it that it's the holidays, beginning of the year. You might have had some good times, but the relationship isn't together for a reason, okay? And you don't want to go back to somebody from the past because you need to remember why things didn't work out to begin with, okay? You really need to remember that people are not going to change. They're not going to change overnight. They're not going to change if they don't want to change. And those reasons, whether it be arguing or whether it be, cheating, whether it be addiction, whether it be abuse, emotional or physical, people are not going to change. They're not going to change overnight unless they want to and make that absolute effort. So those things that were happening within the relationship will most likely continue. It's very rare on occasion that things change. Okay? So you need to stop focusing on the past. I get it. It's the holidays, but Pisces, come on. Now here, if you're in a relationship already, if you're married, if you're committed, or even if you're seeing somebody, notice he's like checking out the goods, okay? He's not really touching. He's like looking. They should be looking at each other, okay? And they're not. They're not looking at each other. And this is the Sword card. And this is air. It could be that your partner maybe is an air sign or has the qualities of an air sign, which would be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Okay? They're like looking at the goods. They're not necessarily and this could be you. It could be you too if your moon and your rising sign or that of an air sign, where you're checking out the goods and you're thinking about the sex or, the wild times that you could have. Or maybe you're thinking about this from a past partner with your current partner or somebody current, when you should be looking at her face is what they're saying. You need to look at the face because you need to get to know the person in your current relationship. You can't be focused on the past, and you aren't some sort of prized possession either. So make sure that, when you come in, don't be focused on or let your potential partner or anything be focused on the sex part. It's like relationships should be all mind, body, and soul, encompassing all of that and the energy and really making it work, very, very important. But here she is here. It's like she's letting him check out the goods, right? Now, these cards are male or female. I'm not going to be gender specific because these are for thousands of people, okay? And it's male or female. But we have the Temperance card here. And this means boredom. Boredom in a relationship or boredom not being in a relationship, okay? But in cases, if you're already in one of you is bored, okay? And it's saying, you can liven things up through thoughts and everything, but things are like kind of the same old, and you want to freshen things up. So it's having patience and temperance with yourself and your partner, but being able to liven things up a little bit, being a little bit more playful, having a little bit more communication, changing things up in the bedroom if you're, doing things the same way all the time. If it's quickies all the time, it can get boring. Make it last a little longer. Change things up. Go do something. Spark that energy. But temperance is waiting, but also like trying to come up with a way because there's a lot of boredom. Okay? And then you have the Empress. And look at the Empress. She's younger. She's younger. She has, here she is, right here. She's changing things up. Okay, and the Empress is a fire sign typically. Okay, and it could be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, or somebody who has those qualities. And she's kind of being seductive. She's sitting there on her throne, and she's being seductive, and she's trying to up this a little bit, this relationship. She's trying to entice. And, see the wand, she's got a little bit of fire and spark in her eyes. And, she's ready to say, game on, let's spice this up a little bit. The problem is that things might have been really heated in this relationship or within your past. Somebody's hanging on to something, and the Chariot could go either way. Okay, you see the oxen, one's going one way, one's going the other's Chariot. They both can't go separate directions. And this could be also, when we talk about the separation card, separation, some sort of abuse here. Things get out of control. Okay, whether tempers flared, whether, things got a little out of control. You see, he's feeling really bad. She's laying there. She's got bruises. Things might have gotten out of control with a discussion or an argument, or it's a toxic relationship that you're in, or maybe flashbacks of the relationship from your past came through, and this is like dreaming of this, So you got the Chariot. Which direction are you going to go? Somebody is getting hurt here, and most likely it's emotionally. Hopefully it's not physically. Okay, but words can be pretty sharp and hurt, maybe more so than physical abuse. But this is them taking maybe some time apart, feeling bad for what's happened, and like embracing after a while and apologizing and kind of starting over. And this is not, I don't feel this is a past relationship. I feel this is current. But it's embracing and starting over. It's Wands, the King of Wands. He's very, very, again, a fire sign. Wands are fire signs. It could be an Aries, a Leo, or Sagittarius. And very compassionate, liking that embrace and wanting to help. Okay, wanting to help. Maybe even heal. He could be coming in. He could be coming in, or she could be coming into your life to help you to heal this past relationship that you've actually been through that might have been abusive. Okay, and coming in and saying it's okay, and I'm here, and I'm understanding, and they're going to start out slow, but he's been through the mill. He knows what it is as a king that needs to be done. And notice he's not making any advances on her, but they're just standing there embracing each other and like that of comfort. Okay, so he or she might be older than you, coming in and embracing and saying it's okay. Now, if you would like a reading that is geared directly towards you, go ahead and go to the website, www.angelic-comfort.com, and set up and schedule an appointment, and we can work on it just for you. In the meantime, again, Happy New Year. Have an absolutely fabulous February. Make the best of it. Work on yourself. Work on yourself and make it a good year, okay? This is the time to start, okay? Start it off on a positive note. Make these changes that need to happen. Stick to it, Pisces. Don't get over emotional, okay? Know that I love each and every one of you, and I'll see you again in February. Namaste.